All right, guys. So, in today's webinar, you will learn the significance of compelling employer brand in today's competitive market, best practices for leveraging social media to enhance your brand, as mentioned, and how to use employee-generated content for authentic storytelling. One more, practical tips to engage potential candidates for strengthen retention. Yeah. As mentioned by RB, I've been a frequent guest here in Zalamea, and you can find our previous webinars as video on demand over at our YouTube channel. So just hop on over to youtube.com/@crimsonberry Digital Marketing, and you can find our previous webinars there. This will also go on that channel, give or take around a week. We just do a little bit of editing and cleaning up for that. So let's start first with what is employer branding, or let's understand what is the significance of employer branding. So I understand a lot of you guys are either HR professionals or you're business owners, or you are the recruiter for your company. So this is important to understand. But before that, let us go to what is branding. So it is how people think and feel about your business. It's their sentiment on the value that they attribute to your company or to your organization. So what then is employer branding? Employer branding it refers to the process of creating and managing an organization's reputation as an employer. It's a company's brand. It's not only important to customers, but also to job seekers and employees. It involves shaping and promoting the image, values, and culture of a company to attract and retain top talent. Employer branding encompasses various strategies and activities aimed at establishing a positive perception of the organization among current and potential employees. It is who you are as an employer. So, is it different now from corporate brand, consumer brand, this employer branding? It is part of your overall brand DNA. So, how does it all come together? It's this way. So, your corporate brand, it talks to your investors and stakeholders. So, and even government, essentially. Your consumer brand speaks to your customers and your partners. So how customers and partners think and feel about the products and services produced by your company. Then we have employer brand, which talks to your candidates and your employees. It's how they think and feel about your company as a place to work. Yan. So your brand DNA is in there in the middle. So place your brand DNA at the heart of your content and communications to build consistency and trust. So let's go over the key elements of employer branding. Number one is your employer value proposition. So these are your unique set of benefits and rewards that employees receive in exchange for their skill, experience, and commitment to your organization. The EVP communicates what makes the company an appealing place to work. It answers the question, why should I apply here? It's January. A lot of people are looking for jobs because, number one, they got already their Christmas bonus. And New Year, New You, looking for new careers. They're probably looking at a lot of companies right now. But if you have a strong employer value proposition or a strong employer brand, it would make you stand out, right? So company culture, number two, company culture is part of that. It involves defining and cultivating a positive work environment, the values and norms that align with the organization's mission and vision. So a strong and authentic company culture helps attract individuals who resonate with those values. Recruitment and selection is also key. Employer branding extends to the entire recruitment process. It includes creating compelling job ads, optimizing the candidate experience, and ensuring consistency in messaging and branding across your recruitment channels. Part of the user experience kasi yan. It's like, did they get a good experience through the recruitment process? Especially like the interview, it's their first touch with you. Was it a good experience? Was it something that they want to encourage their friends to go through? Diba? Yung ganyan. Next is the employee experience. An organization's reputation as an employer is built on the experiences of its employees. It includes factors such as the following: workplace environment, career, work-life balance, comp and ben, employee engagement initiatives. So it's providing a positive employee experience. It contributes to a strong employer brand. Lalo na ngayon in social media, a lot of people talk about their work on social media. Going into communication and marketing. So let's use various channels such as social media, your website, career fairs, job fairs to promote you as an employer, diba? So to promote your employer brand. Showcase employee success stories, share information about your company, your values and initiatives, and do this online and offline with your potential candidates and current employees. So a well-established employer brand can lead to several benefits, such as attracting high-quality talent, reducing recruitment costs, increasing employee engagement and retention, enhancing your organization's overall reputation in the job market, and bottom line talaga with employer branding is it should be able to answer this important question, which is, what do you want your company to be known for, right? So it goes beyond the tagline, but definitely a tagline helps to encapsulate all of that. But really, this is the key in terms of employer branding and your employer value proposition. So now let's go to leveraging social media to enhance your brand. So since we already know what employer branding is, and you know that's what you want to communicate to your audience or to your target market, let us now use social media to do that. So to get to an effective social media comms strategy, right? It goes to a lot of layers. Of course, as I mentioned, employer branding muna. Understand employer branding, then your EVP, then build your communication strategy aligned from all of those. Then build your visual identities like your logo, your colors, your typography, the style of photos that you use also. Are you going to do illustrations? Are you going to do photos? Are you going to do stock photos? And then build your communication channels. So your offline activations, like do you do job fairs? Do you do in-house recruitment? Do you do mail-in applications, right? Build also your careers website. So if you have a website for your brand, for your organization, is there a tab or is there a menu item for careers? Maybe that's missing. Maybe you can work with your marketing department to say, can we have our own section for careers? And then you have your social media as part of all of these for your comms. So why is social media important for employer branding? Number one, you can use this to present your organization as an attractive employer. Next is to emphasize your employer value proposition or unique selling points. This is to stand out from your competitors in the job market. It provides also a direct way for job seekers to apply to your company with online forms or messaging automation. So the messenger button, or essentially messenger app, if you're on Meta Business Suite, you can do a lot of automations there. So it's a 24/7 self-service, essentially, way for people to communicate with you. We have a client that we fixed their inbox, essentially messenger, so that anytime people can ask for what are your openings, how to apply, do you accept walk-ins, and do you accept OJT. So that's already automated. no need for someone to keep replying the same things, right? And important, social media can help reach passive job seekers. There. In social media, okay, be where the job seekers are. Everyone's on their phones, right? Guilty. And everyone's on social media. So might as well put out your employer branding comms on social media. So let's get to know the social media platforms. I'm sure some of these are familiar to you guys now, but some stats that might be helpful. Of course, Facebook. Parang wala naman yatang Pilipinong wala sa Facebook. But, Gen Z is actually not Facebook first. So you will notice that there are people who have Messenger but don't have Facebook. There are a lot of Gen Z and Gen Alpha, I think, that they're Instagram first or TikTok first. But in the context of the Philippines, Facebook is still the juggernaut. Its number of users in the Philippines is 86.7 million. Data as of January 2024. But from when we create ads, we kind of see already how big the addressable audience of Facebook is for the Philippines. And it's around pushing 90 million already. Gender split, you see there in the popular formats, images, videos, reels, stories, and even live streaming. So here are the different uses for employer branding and uses for online recruitment. I'm going to breeze through this because I'm giving you this presentation after this event. So please stay tuned for an email coming from us where I can give you a copy of this deck. And if it's on YouTube already, this video, you will get a notification as well from us. So this is a good slide to print out or to like capture and keep for your own research or for your own presentation. So going into Instagram. So it's very visual. They just did a big update over the weekend, as in nasira po yung mga aesthetic namin na grid kasi hindi na 1:1, hindi na siya square. Instagram is now 4:5. So basta nagulo kami pero everything's okay now, and we're actually liking the format that the creatives are now bigger on Instagram. So there are 21.35 million Filipinos using Instagram. Yon. And mostly leaning towards the female audience. Next would be LinkedIn. So this is your professional networking social media network. As of January 2024, 16 million users. But as of yesterday, when we were creating a campaign for a client, we noticed that the addressable audience is now at 18 million. We are looking at a gender split of 54% female, 46% male. And I'm not sure if you know, but LinkedIn is now available in Filipino. You can sign up for newsletters in Filipino, or the whole interface is in Filipino, and the notifications or emails that you get is in Filipino. We used to think that LinkedIn was more like senior management going up to the C-suite. But what's happening, or what has happened with LinkedIn, is that a lot of schools will encourage their students to sign up for a LinkedIn account and use that as their online CV, which is good because it's professional networking. So you will notice that your LinkedIn page audience, half of that would be entry level. So it's a good platform then for job seekers and for employer branding and online recruitment there. So if you want B2B and the usual accessing or networking to the C-suite, you still can, but it's better to establish your LinkedIn account as a thought leader or do ads, do advertising. I have another webinar with regards to LinkedIn, but let me know, give me a thumbs up or at the chat if you want a separate webinar for LinkedIn for B2B marketing. So yeah, we like doing LinkedIn for that. Next would be TikTok. Hala, yes, TikTok. Can't not TikTok nowadays. And happy to say, TikTok is not just dancing and live selling. TikTok is edutainment now. It really depends on how you curate your feed, diba? Who you follow, the content that you interact with, the content that you search for. You are actually teaching TikTok and all of these platforms the content that you like to consume. So ganun din for the target market natin. If they're into careers or they're into career development or if they're into monitoring opportunities for work, you will be our content or the content you will be creating for TikTok might reach them. So please consider TikTok. Plus, look at the size. 49 million Filipinos on TikTok as of January last year. When the data portal comes out for 2025, I will update this and send it to you guys as well because you registered for this webinar. But it's huge. You can't not do TikTok. Sorry, but hindi ko nalagay dito ang YouTube. YouTube actually is a good place to put content for your vertical videos. If you're just talking about vertical videos here, it is a very, very strong contender for that. Yeah. So these are your social media platforms, and these are the 4 that I recommend that you guys use for employer branding. So the question I usually get is, should we be on all these platforms? The answer to that would be, where are your target audience? If you think they're not on Instagram, or if your business is not so artsy or not so into marketing, I would clarify that. Si Instagram kasi mostly mga marketing people ang nandyan, or how could I say it? A lot of our clients don't like using Instagram. But for me, what I would do is, if you don't know where your audience are, go through all of these 4 channels. Cross-post everything. Since you're doing a vertical video anyway, post it on all of these channels. Yes, you won't get the same results. Some will resonate on one and the other, but at least alam mo ganon. And then after a year, over time, you will notice, if I post this kind of content, this will work well on Facebook, but not on Instagram. This one will work well on TikTok, but not on LinkedIn. You know, those kind of things. So, until you really, really know where your audience are, or where the kinds of audience you are, cross-post nyo muna, di ba? Little effort, parang i-scale ninyo, di ba? So, let's go now to practical steps. So, number 1, create a strong presence on your social media, or digital presence is essentially. So, establish a dedicated presence for your organization on relevant social media platforms such as the 4 that I mentioned. Ensure that your profiles reflect your employer brand by using consistent messaging, visuals, and tone of voice. So, example here is Meralco. Meralco has their own FB page just for their product or their main service for residential. But they also have a social media account just for careers and online recruitment because they don't want to dilute the messaging, right? They want it separate. So this is a strategy that you can use. If let's say, ganon na, established brand na kayo and you don't want to dilute the marketing or consumer message or the corporate message in your account. So we can do corporate and your CSR and your sustainability comms on LinkedIn, your consumer comms on Facebook at a separate account, and then you have your recruitment on Facebook also on a separate account. So, pwedeng ganon. We do have clients also that they just want to manage one account. So that's fine. But the way we do it is, the career comms has a different look. So it's easy to spot na, oh, okay, visually, I can tell, or the user can tell, this is a job ad, or this is for HR or employer branding comms yan. Versus, it's about their product, So, may madaling way, there's a visual way to distinguish the content. Or pwede naman na, you just want one visual branding for your all comms, okay lang. As long as your captions, your art card clearly states that it's a job post or it's for a culture content and all of that. Yeah. So, share compelling content. So, regularly post engaging and informative content related to your company culture, your employee achievements, company events, industry insights, and job opportunities. Use a mix of text, images, videos, and infographics to make your content visually appealing and shareable. So, I hear this a lot na, puro Reels na ngayon. Reels is the trend. Or someone has seen na, kailangan nagre-Reels tayo. Yes, Reels are important. Reels is the best way for your page to be discovered because platforms push that to non-followers. Stories, that's only for your followers. But Reels, vertical videos, that is pushed by all the platforms to non-followers. So the chance of discoverability is better. But that doesn't mean na puro Reels na lang. Kailangan may mix, diba? So, halo yan. Lagyan ng static art card, do carousels. Instagram now is pushing more for carousels. Carousels with audio, and you can mix your carousels na it starts with an image, and then when people swipe, the next content is a video. So the platforms are evolving, and those that do content using the latest features of the platforms get promoted by the platforms. So you will notice that there's better engagement, better reach, better discoverability if you use the new stuff that the platforms have come out with. Ayan. So tip yon. Next, showcase employee stories. So highlight the success stories and experiences of your employees and executives to just demonstrate the positive aspects of working for your organization. So feature employee testimonials, videos, or blog posts that showcase their career growth, achievements, and unique aspects for your company culture. So like this example where they gathered a lot of employee stories or testimonials from their team. So you can do interviews and then turn them into art cards like this. Or if you want, like in the previous slide, this one here, we really, there was a, na produce talaga yung video. So, plinan yung video, produce, shoot, and then brought it out there. I'm actually happy to say that one of the videos that we produced got 1.9 million views on Facebook. So, happy for that, right? Next would be engage with your audience. So, actively engage with your social media followers by responding to comments, messages, and mentions. Encourage conversations, address queries, and provide timely and helpful responses. This interaction helps build a positive brand and image and demonstrates that you value your audience. So, examples here are if someone posts on LinkedIn that they have a new position, it's nice for the brand to congratulate them. So we have here this portion. Or if someone has questions on, ito, great opportunity, interested, done filling out my online application. Our community manager replied by saying, if you've successfully filled out, make canned responses for that. But it feels like people are being seen. So it's nice, diba, to be felt like, nakita ko or nag-respond ang brand sa kanya. Again, like mentioned kanina, you can use the inbox automations to manage this if you don't have a community manager. Bonus point, LinkedIn now has an inbox. So it's not just the itong comment section. People can now DM brands on LinkedIn. Yan. Next, utilize employee advocacy. So encourage your employees and executives to be brand ambassadors on social media. Encourage them to share their work-related experiences, achievements, and insights on their personal social media accounts using appropriate company hashtags and handles. This amplifies your employer brand reach and adds authenticity, especially on LinkedIn. If you notice when you're on LinkedIn, any action that you do, whether you liked something or you commented or you shared something, there is a notification from to your network, to your friends, to your to your followers that you did that action for this particular brand. So there's good organic reach for brands if or when your employees and your executives engage with the content or share it with their own thoughts. So highly, highly, highly encourage also that you tell your employees to tag you as employer on LinkedIn so that they also get to see updates and they will actively engage with your content. Yan. So what else can you do on social media is you can do ads to advertise your job opening. So these are examples coming from the LinkedIn ad library and the Meta ad library. So yes, you can spy on your competitors' ads. It's available publicly. As long as it's an ad, you can see what campaigns are being brought out beyond. So social media platforms offer targeted advertising options to reach specific talent pools. Utilize these tools to promote your job openings to a relevant audience and tailor your messaging to showcase the benefits of working for your company and direct interested candidates to your careers page or your online application form. Case in point, we're creating a campaign for a company that's looking for a company nurse. So we prepared a LinkedIn campaign. It's an ad to run on LinkedIn, but the targeting that we put in is the attribute was educational background is nursing or in all the related nursing. So that's the target. So we're looking for a company nurse, therefore the ad will only be seen to people who are registered nurses. Yeah. Again, I have another webinar just about linking ads. Take a look at our YouTube channel. Yan. So, participate in industry conversations, especially on LinkedIn. Facebook, yes, but especially on LinkedIn. So, engage with industry-related discussions, chats, and hashtags on platforms such as X and LinkedIn. Share your experience, insights, and thought leadership on those relevant topics, and this would position your organization as a reputable and knowledgeable employer in your industry. There. Last na nga ba to? Ayan. Number 8, monitor and manage your online reputation. So regularly monitor social media mentions. The nice thing about LinkedIn, as you see here, you can easily sort for comments, mentions, reactions, reposts, and stuff. On Facebook, you see a number, yun, and then dun sa inbox nyo, dun yung makikita yon. Best to respond promptly, and as mentioned before, if you do respond and respond promptly, it shows how much you care about your audience, your employees, and even your candidate or potential employees. Bonus tip, use QR codes in real life. In real life po, please. Pet peeve, yung QR code sa social media post. I'm seeing it on my phone, so paano ko masascan, di ba? Best if you're on social media, if you really want a QR code on your creative, best is nandun din yung URL, so people can either type it out, and in the caption, put a link. The link talaga of that QR code, because if you're just posting that there is a QR code, how will the people click on the QR code or scan the QR code? They're using your phones. So, maghahanap pa yan, di ba, ng desktop, tapos saka magsiscan. So, in real life po, ang QR codes. So, printouts or like this na posters, banners, calling cards, IDs. So, sa lanyard, sa ID, biglang, if they're in an event, di ba, scan my QR code. Or on your phone, you can set up your contacts, your own contacts as a QR code. Para, if you're networking, it's like, oh, can I get your contact information here? Di ba? So, if you're an HR or you're a recruiter, you meet someone, it's like, oh, we want to apply, here's our QR code, and it's readily available, either on your card, your ID, your phone, or pull-up banners, gate banners. Acrylic standees, if you're at a job fair or an expo, maglagay kayo ng standee sa tabi nyo, nandun, scan to apply, scan for a list of the job vacancies. I would even go as another QR code for your socials. Or if you want, utilize something like a Linktree or a link in bio na yun yung QR code na ilalagay nyo sa printouts niyo or sa, again, in real life, collaterals. Para nandun na lahat. How to apply, a list of your vacancies, and all your social media, your email, all your data. Ayun. So now, a few more tips on how to use employee-generated content for authentic storytelling. Get your people or your employees to tell their story from their perspective, their own personal experience, diba? It's like asking a friend who is working already at the company that you want to work for, right? You're like, oh, kamusta ba dyan? Okay ba dyan? Kamusta yung boss mo? Okay ba yung work-life balance dyan? But nowadays, diba, everyone's a content creator. Let them be the content creator for you and tell that side of the story, diba? Yan. So, establish employee advocacy programs and offer recognition and incentives to encourage employees to actively participate in promoting your employer brand. Since you're gonna have an advocacy program for that, best is you provide social media training to ensure that they are doing it effectively and they are sharing company-related content, because we need to put policies and guidelines to ensure that company data and security is maintained and that professionalism is maintained, diba? And check your surroundings before you hit record. If you need help in training your employees for this kind of content creation for your brand, let us know. We can provide that service for you guys. Yun. Bonus content, shoot list when doing content creation for your employer brand or for your company. Best to print this out, or again, if you have a tablet, or keep it ready, diba? Kasi sometimes you go like, these are like basic, but it's nice to have a checklist kasi posibleng malimutan. Or just to make sure that you don't forget anything, have a checklist. And this is our checklist. Proper attire, uniform, and good grooming. Seems basic, right? But we had to reject some photos coming from a client because when we asked for photos of their field crew going into clients na in their truck and in their uniform, pagdating ng photo sa amin, we're like, the person was not wearing proper uniform. The person was not wearing their lanyard. Apparently, there's a specific cap that they need to wear when they're out on the field, and that person was not wearing that. Worse was the vehicle, the company vehicle was not clean. So, instead of us doing Photoshop magic on it, we just asked, can you please reshoot, or can you please ensure that succeeding shoots of your employees on the field is proper and that the vehicles are... They did nag-car wash po sila ng buong fleet nila after that feedback. So, Next would be wear what you usually wear to work if you're not in uniform, diba? If it's smart casual. In terms of makeup, natural makeup tayo. Because when sorry na, when there's one shoot that we did, pagdating namin, it's like parang mukhang debutante si sales agent. It's like, hindi, wag ganyan. Natural makeup lang. How you present yourself, di ba? Yan. Clean and tidy up your surroundings. But bottom line nito is when people see your video, they shouldn't see something that they shouldn't. Di ba? Na parang, are there important documents on the table? Ito lang din, are there pictures of children or your family na you don't want seen on the video? Or if we're doing a pan and makikita yung bulletin board, are there items on that bulletin board that shouldn't be made public? One other scenario is that, are you shooting in a very secure and highly sensitive area of your facility, diba? So if there are company secrets there or these are proprietary things, make sure that that's not on cam, diba? And then lastly, ask permission. It's like, can we shoot you? Can you be in this video? Can you say this, diba? Yan. So there's a lot of things that need to do for employer branding on social media. We as Crimson Berry can help you with all of that. So before we go into Q&A, I would like to tell you about our company, Crimson Berry Digital Marketing. We've been around since 2017, and our team has degrees in the following and has work experience in the following. And these are our services. Our core services really are social media management and creatives here on top. But since we are able to do those, we also are able to offer you website design and SEO, ads, market research, and even lead generation. So this is beyond employer branding, but lead generation for B2B and B2C. We've helped our clients with corp comm, employer branding and online recruitment, brand development, and inbound marketing and leads generation. These are our actual clients. More about our clients. We are accredited vendors of SM, Meralco, EPLDT, and ASEN. And these are our other companies that we've serviced. Some samples of what we've done, kaya I've been also mentioning Meralco because we've been servicing Meralco Talent Resourcing since 2020. This is the HR and online recruitment pages or social media accounts of Meralco. So happy to say that in last year, they won an Anvil Award, a Gold Anvil Award for what we do here for employer branding on social media. There. And then we did this, which is Red Maple Group. Just to give you an example, Red Maple Group has 3 different companies, and we consolidated all of their recruitment efforts and employer branding into one account, but for Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We also streamlined their website, their comms, and their MS form so that all applications are centralized to this MS form, and all the recruiters just look at this MS form results in Excel, filtering it and making sure that they annotate it there. So yun na yung tracker nila. That's their application tracking system, your ATS. I know ATS systems are very expensive, but you can utilize something like MS Forms in Excel and Google Sheets with Google Forms with Google Sheets to be able to do to accept and to organize job applicants. Touching just a little on lead generation, this is what we've done for PhilInsure, so that there's actually their whole marketing is just this, the ads that we do for them. So again, hit me up if you want another webinar just on B2B and lead generation. There. So there are 3 ways to work with us. We can do on project basis. We also do build, operate, transfer, wherein we can teach your HR team how to do this over 6 months so that after 6 months, it's your HR team who's already able to do this in terms of creatives, posting, idea generation, monitoring, and social media management. If you want us to do that for you, then that's the managed marketing services, wherein you book us as on a retainer model, and we are like an extension team of your marketing or your HR employer branding team. So take a snapshot of this or hit us up if you have any questions after this, or if you want us to help you out with employer branding over social media. And now we are in for our Q&A time. RB?
Thanks, Ina, for that informative discussion. So I think a lot of it we would really be able to resonate with. So there are some questions here. I guess we'll get the ball rolling, but then for those here who still have questions, feel free to type them into the chat box or the Q&A. So the first question is, how can smaller or medium-sized companies compete with larger organizations in creating a compelling employer brand, either in LinkedIn or in the other social media sites?
How can small companies compete with the big companies in terms of
Yeah.
employer branding? Consistent
Mhm.
messaging on your social media. Um, just be out there, get yourself out there on social media, and then you can do ads. If let's say um, uh, konti yung nag apply sa inyo because they're going into bigger companies, they're right, essentially their first choice are bigger companies. You can increase your reach and your impressions by going using ads. And it's not as expensive. It can be as low as 500 pesos a day on Meta, or $10 a day on LinkedIn to get your ads out there on social media,
Yeah.
and hopefully
Also,
get in front of your target
mm,
market.
also what we're experiencing also in our social media pages when we post about company events, organically they would generate higher engagement, no? Than yeah, other different other posts. So probably being consistent in posting those will also help, no, over
Yes,
time.
because if you post company events, your employees tend to share that on their personal accounts. So it gets
Mm.
more impressions, more reach that way because it's shareable. So think about it. Your content that you create should be very shareable,
So that
interesting, and shareable.
so it should be a conscious effort already whenever we do events, no? Na parang, oh, we're gonna use it for this and for that. So we can
Mm,
prepare it.
yeah,
Okay.
document everything.
Document everything. Okay. So anonymous attendee asks, how do you deal with data privacy when you take photos in public events?
Data private. Okay, so is this if okay, if the case is it's your event, best to put notices on the doors or at the event that this event is recorded and photographed. Um, kung may issue sila, they can come up to you or to a comms booth to say that I would not want to be seen on the video, or I don't give my consent. But that's very bihira na people will go like, I do not consent to be photographed here. Um, but let's say you already are covering an event and there's sensitive information, post production, blur it out. Blur out people that you're not supposed to show. Blur out screens that you're not supposed to show. So, example that I've seen before is um, event coverage siya of a symposium. The symposium material, or what the presenter was presenting, is on the big LED, and it's proprietary data. It is copyrighted data or copyrighted content. Conscious
Okay.
effort by the social media team to blur it out before posting it. Kasi copyrighted data, copyrighted information yun eh, copyrighted material. So, hindi pwedeng lumabas sa social media ng iba. Glinner na lang, post-prod. So, hindi
Yeah.
siya live. So, hopefully that answered the question.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think it does. Ano. So another question, how do you monitor posts of employees to ensure it is aligned to the employer brand?
um, one, follow them. If not, if they're using a hashtag, you can monitor a hashtag. You can monitor uh, keywords. On LinkedIn, that's the nice thing about LinkedIn. If let's say the employees have all tagged themselves as you as their employer, when they do content na tag kayo or mention the company in your analytics or in the analytics, meron doon way na madaling ma-sort that it's a mention from an employee. And sometimes, if it's a comment by an employee, there's already a tag that says employee activity one. Um, but it's active monitoring, really. Um, like, let's say you had a company event. It's called it's called something. Example na lang. Actual example. Meralco's Kultura. Kultura is their like employee event that they held last December, I think. So what we did is we went through all the social media and searched for the name of the event to see sino nag-post, diba? Did they post it nicely? Did they I mean, parang also get to know that parang feedback din. Did they like the event? Maganda ba? Ano experience nila from their perspective? So it's active social media monitoring that you need to do. Nice if there's a hashtag, just just easy way. But there are also branded tools that can help you with social media monitoring. There's Brandwatch, there's Meltwater, but these are expensive tools. But really, it's taking an hour out of your day, going to your phone and go like, search
Yeah.
natin to. Diba?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
also important that we get to communicate to our employees what our brand is, right? Sometimes we forget about it. We just assume that they already know. So I think constant discussion or sharing with our employees would sooner or later align to what the company would want to perceive itself in the outside world. So yeah.
Yep, yep.
Okay. Yeah. Um, Here, Abigail Estrella asks, for organizations who have seasonal or hiring requirements like schools that are not in big volumes, how can we leverage and maximize social media recruitment marketing?
Sa akin lang kung minsanan mag-ads.
Mm,
It's ads
yeah.
eh. I mean, because, okay, nowadays, followers are not as important as the content itself. Gone are the days that your social media account has to have millions of followers for you to be seen. Hindi na siya ganun. If you notice, if you notice your Facebook feed, as in, after this webinar, go through your Facebook, ilan dyan yung content ng kaibigan mo? Or pages that you follow. Hindi na. It's like a for you page. So if you just want to see content from your friends or brands that you follow, you have to go deeper actually. So if you're a small business or organization like a school and ngayon lang kayo may requirement, let's say for uh I don't know, data security or something, I would post it organically and then boost it or turn it into an ad so that you get to reach the right people. And the nice thing about doing ads also is you can limit or target locations. So kayo school, if let's say you're a school in Parañaque, you don't really need your ad to be seen all the way down to Davao, right? Within Parañaque. So create an ad targeting teachers that are located in Parañaque. You will get more bang for your buck in terms of your ads. But also post it organically so that other teachers can share it. You can share it on your all yeah, your students or your teachers can share it. And also try joining Facebook groups of your niche. Kunyari, teacher nga yung hinahanap ninyo, baka there are teacher groups there. So you go in as a member, you join as a member, and if the group allows for job posts, then post away, di ba? Leverage also on groups. So
Yeah.
hopefully
But
that
Ina,
helps. Yeah.
all these things, because they're not that technical, but then it's evolving so fast, diba?
Mhm.
Even the trends on how we post, on doing the hashtags, looking at the metrics. But these are things that you normally help companies with, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
probably train them, and then until later on, they could do it on their own.
Yeah, that's the build, operate, transfer model that we have. So what happens there is you engage us for 6 months. The first month actually is us getting to understand your business, your operations, your target market, your products and services. And then we we run your social media for 3 months, 3, 4 months. We're in your team or the company's team, either whether it's the marketing team or the HR team, is shadowing us and seeing how our team do the work and setting up the processes. And we're actually like teaching them our processes, teaching them the system, the methodologies, how to monitor. So alongside yan. And then towards the fifth or sixth month, baliktad na. It's the HR team or the our client's team who's working on it, and our team is monitoring and supervising to say, yes, nakuha na nila. Kuha na nila. Pwede nang bitiwan. And then we can like, say thanks, bye na. After 6 months.
Okay, okay. So, kasi nga hindi, it's not expected for us to learn everything overnight or even in a month, no?
There's a lot.
A lot of tweaks as well. Kasi hindi yan dekahon eh, no? Kumbaga, every client would have a different need, specific area, specific, group of people they need to recruit. So, yeah, I think it's gonna take more than just a month to
Yeah. So
build up.
leverage on our expertise to teach
Yeah.
you. Or if let's say, kung as we do a build, operate, transfer, you notice that that's a lot, and it takes away from the core tasks of your team, then we can continue on a retainer basis and just be we'll assign the team for you as a client, and we'll be the extension team for you. Yeah.
Okay. So, based on your experience, one of the question is, has Job Street been overtaken by social media platforms that you mentioned? So I guess LinkedIn and all the others.
I would say yes, because Job Street is at a premium. Ano yan eh, subscription, right? And then the the number of jobs that you can post is depending on the your subscription. Um, so what you can do, you can experiment that you have your job street alongside your social media and your paid social media. So your organic social media and your paid social media and your job street. And try posting the same job across all of those three and see um, where your money is worth, 'di ba? We've had a client that did that. So when we came in on the build, operate, transfer model, yun yung una naming experimentation. Post it on JobStreet, post it on, may isa pa, Indeed yata.
Mm.
We posted it organically so that the employees can share it. And then we did an ad. So HR now has to monitor where the hire came from. So the online form has that question of where did you hear this opportunity from? So tayo as marketers, we can find out that okay, effective tong channel na to, ganyan ganyan. But the validation also happens on the last step, wherein when the employee is hired already, HR to validate where that employee was, ano yung hiring channel ng employee na yun. And then over time, you'll see yes, social media will overtake JobStreet also in terms of your investment. Caveat though, if you are looking for really, really specific uh, skills or sa C-suite and all of that, then a headhunting firm might actually be better for certain skill level and job levels. Yun.
Okay, sounds good. So there are a lot more questions, but I'll just lump similar questions. We'll probably just have one last question, Ina. And this one is on the KPIs and metrics. So what KPIs and metrics can we utilize to measure the effectiveness of our employer branding efforts?
I would go with engagement over reach. Engagement rate. So nice to monitor everything actually. Reach, impressions, actual engagements, and then engagement rate. Engagement rate is your engagement divided by reach. So um, if your post has a higher engagement rate, it means you've reached your target audience kasi sila, doon nag-resonate yung content mo. We actually look at a per content level. Kasi nga, the number of followers nowadays is a vanity metric. But the effectiveness of your content, each content, um, indicates to us if we are actually reaching the correct audience, if it's resonating on the correct audience. The other metric that's really, really important for us is conversion. And for the HR context or employer branding and online recruitment context, that is the number of applicants on your job form. Which is why we highly discourage a call to action na send your resume to this email address. Kasi hindi mo matatrack yun eh. Hindi mo matatrack quantitatively na parang saan ang galing to. And, you know, if it's going to just stay in an inbox, di ba? Versus an online application form, whether Google Forms yan or MS Form, makikita mo na, how many did we get from this post, this applicant, or from this vacancy, ilan na nafe-fill. I understand also with HR, it's important for you to know, ano yung mga hindi pa masyadong vacancies that wala pa masyadong nag-aplikante. So that's when we would go, okay, kulang ka pa ng CPAs, kulang pa kayo ng lawyers, might as well, these are the ones that we do ads for. Everything else, wag na natin i-ads kasi dumadagsa na yan. Kunyari, truck drivers, warehouse, supervisors, ano pa ba, mostly entry level. Mabilis ma-fill yan in terms of applicants. But pagdating na sa medyo supervisorial or very skilled, um, yun ang pwede nating i-ads. Kasi doon makikita, ay, isa pa lang or wala pa nag apply. You'll know that if you're using an online form versus send an email, di ba? Yan.
Okay. So yeah, so tracking really is key for us to
Mm.
identify the metrics, diba? And what's working and what's not, and then we can tweak.
Yep, yep.
So yeah, so thanks so much for all your questions. Ina, thanks so much for responding and sharing to the questions that the people have. I just keyed in your email address on the chat box. So if any of you have further questions or may need Crimson Berry's help in helping you with your employer branding and or recruitment, Ina and her team will be there. Ina, any final words before we close?
Please follow us on our social media accounts on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, as mentioned. And if we have content or we have new webinars that will happen, we will let you know there. Also, pag may mga bago sa mga social media accounts, like what happened with Instagram over the weekend, we will help with postings there to tell you like how to adjust. And again, also if you need um, help or anything, let's jump on the discovery call together. So yes, email me. Let's schedule that a 30-minute discovery call to see how we can be of help to you guys. So there.
Yeah. Thank
Thanks,
you. Thank you.
RB.
Looking forward to your help, Ina, and Crimson Berry. So it would be easier for us to recruit good talent and, of course, employer branding. All right. Thanks so much, Ina. Thanks so much to all our
Thanks,
attendees.
everyone.
It's been an informative session with Ina. So we look forward to seeing you in our next webinar, probably 2 weeks from now. So we'll keep you posted. Take care. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.